I think that's the oil reservoir for this Ford.
Is that Citgo sticker always on there, or was that just for the suspension candy, I suppose?
I think it was for the camera's sake.
Now back on top of the car as he moves through turns number 1 and 2. Here is Michael Waltrip continuing to lead, and Sterling Marlin.
And Sterling Marlin, remember, he made a pit stop on the parade lap, had to go to the very end of the pack. There's see Ricky Rudd and Rusty Wallace going in turn 11. That's like I said, he outbraked Rudd, but he goes in too deep, and Rudd comes back, and now we've got a drag race back to Bob Jenkins.
Let's see who comes out of the drag race in front as they head to turn 1. It looks like it's going to be Rusty. It is. Well, I was going to say Rusty took Ricky to school on outbraking him, but then when he took the high road coming off the corner, Rudd had a chance to get back alongside, but Rusty has the spot.
The man is driving a whale of a race with that broken wrist.
Yes, he is. We have an unusually low attrition rate at this time. Officially, no cars out of the race. All 43 are still in the going.
And now here's Sterling Marlin trying to take the lead. A little smoke coming from Michael's car. I don't know if it was just brake smoke as he came in there. But Sterling Marlin does have the lead now. He wants to get 5 bonus points.
The Rebestos Ford is in the lead. Remember, he started from last, just like Ernie Irvin last year, driving from last to first.
I thought Michael Waltrip had blown up there, Ned, but that must have been straight.
Yeah, I think he just locked the brakes coming in here. Danny, we see a lot of them were doing that today, more than I've seen in a while. They're coming in here at such a hot rate of speed, and they just really get on those brakes, and then when they make the turn, well, then it locks that wheel, takes the weight off of that right front wheel.
We got a little sideways coming out of the corner, John Kernan.
Well, guys, it's kind of amazing. Sterling's running as well as he is. He pitted on one of the parade laps because they were having a problem with the axle. Now, Ken Wilson, I'd asked him about what the problem was. He said, well, we were having kind of a problem with the axle. He wouldn't be very specific, but the way he talked about it was like they weren't able to fix the problem. So I'm telling you what, that car's running really well, and kind of unexpectedly so.
And guys, I see more than tire smoke out of that Waltrip car, don't you?
Yes, I do. He was smoking out of the rear of the car on the accelerator, so he's got some problems with the Pennzoil pump.
Hanging in there in second position, though, as Sterling Marlin has the lead here in the Rebestos Ford.
But when these guys do stop, now all the fellows that stopped earlier are going to go back in front of them, so Sterling Marlin and Michael Waltrip will go from first and second to probably 22nd, 23rd.
And they're not too far, Benny, perhaps 6 or 7 seconds in front of Dale Earnhardt, who is now running in 3rd place.
And will be the leader of the race when Marlin and Waltrip pit. And by the way, Sterling Marlin's best finish of 1993, a 9th at Daytona and North Wilkesboro. Started 23rd, currently the leader. His lowest was 38th on the 2nd lap.
There we see comes through turn 10 and heading toward turn 11. And once again, he and Michael Waltrip stay on the racetrack, continue to lead this race.
Sterling Marlin, 15 starts on road courses, 5 top 10 finishes, and the 75 car of Dick Trickle has spun in turn number 11, but he gets things straightened out.
Trickle and Dale Earnhardt got together coming down in turn 11. Just like I said, Trickle did not realize Earnhardt was trying to outbrake him, to cut across in front of Earnhardt's pass. Earnhardt bumped him in the rear and went around. I didn't see any damage to Dale Earnhardt's car, but Trickle made a 360.
There is Earnhardt. And we'll show you the replay of that incident out in turn 11. There it is, Benny.
Yeah, exactly like I said, Dick Trickle did not realize Earnhardt was trying to outbrake him. Cuts across, hits the left front fender on Earnhardt's car with his rear, and around he goes. He puts the car in first gear, though, and unfortunately drives away.
Both Irvin and Wallace able to pass by without any further incident. We're live at Sears Point International Raceway in California for the Save Mart Supermarkets 300. Back live at Sears Point International Raceway, about an hour north of San Francisco in the Save Mart Supermarkets 300. Michael Waltrip has the lead. Sterling Marlin made a pit stop. So Waltrip hangs on to the lead, but Dale Earnhardt is just a few car lengths behind.
I love that, but we can all see that black car back there and realize that Earnhardt is coming. Also Ernie Irvin and Rusty Wallace. So Michael, enjoy it because it's not going to last very long.
And from the looks of that car, his race isn't going to last very long because I continue to see smoke coming from that thing, not only in the corners, but when he's accelerating.
Yeah. That time he locked up the brakes and smoked the right front tire coming down in turn 11, but we can see that Earnhardt is just a few car lengths behind Michael Waltrip as Bobby Hillin goes back on the racetrack. He's been in the pits for a long, long time.
Apparently, though, the gauges on the 30 car aren't showing anything, aren't showing any malfunction that would cause this smoke that we see coming out of the rear end of the car at times. But in any case, he's just about to lose the lead. And I think probably, Ned, it will happen before they get to you. Here they come up the hill for turns 4, 5, and then down to 6.
Yeah, Earnhardt's not going to wait long to move around. He has a much faster race car. Michael knows that. He's going to get a little bit of running room here. Earnhardt moves to the inside, makes the pass. So Michael gets back to the second position. And we'll watch Michael as he comes into this turn. Earnhardt has the lead. Now, Earnhardt's been smoking that right front tire, but look at the smoke that comes out of Michael Waltrip's car coming into this turn. Boy, it is really, and I think it is, Bob, more than tire smoke as he comes in there, even smoking coming off the turn now.
Michael Waltrip's best road course finish was here at Sears Point, a 9th.
There they're going by Dave Marcus down the back straightaway. And
here's our infrared cam at turn number 10. Gives you a pretty good idea of how the brakes are heated up on that car and the heat underneath each of the cars as they pass by.
And Ernie Irvin is going by Michael Waltrip for second place. Oh, and Rusty Wallace started to go by, but Michael came down. Rusty had to back up.
Wow. All right, John Kernan, what's the situation with Michael Waltrip?
Well, Bob, they're going to bring him in the next time by. What they think the problem is, the rear end might be burning up. They think the smoke is coming from the rear end. Michael has radioed in and said smoke is coming into the race car. The crew is now getting ready. It will be a 4-tire change. They will also get underneath the car, check it out, and see if the problem is, in fact, the rear end, and then they will solve it from there if they can.
He continues to lose positions. Ernie Irvin is in second position. Rusty Wallace is third. Waltrip fourth, but Bodine now takes that position away. So it's Jeff fourth, Michael back to fifth, and then Ricky Rudd. And a spin, Dick Trickle.
Dick Trickle's off the track someplace up in 3A somewhere.
Boy, he's been having a tough afternoon. 39 cars, make that 35 cars are on the lead lap.
You're kidding.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing. Right. And there's the number 1 car on the lead lap. Dale Earnhardt, the Goodwrench Chevrolet. But I saw Jeff Bodine back there a moment ago in the Motorcraft Ford. It looks like that he's coming back into contention.
Just a great panoramic view of this road course in what has to be one of the most beautiful sections of the United States.
There Earnhardt is, right? I could wave to those people, couldn't I, Bob?
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, they couldn't see. Here comes Michael Waltrip in the pit.
Pennzoil Pontiac is on pit road. And John Kernan will call this pit stop and the crew's assessment of the problem.
Michael Waltrip was looking for a very good run. Remember a few years ago when he tumbled and tore up the car. They had to put it together with gaffer's tape. Now they will go to work. It will be a 4-tire change. They'll look underneath the car. Also, we expect him to go underneath the hood to check and see if there's an oil leak underneath. But first things first, right side tires on, second can of gasoline going in, left side will come off. Left side's now going on. There's not a whole lot of smoke that we see down here, but now here's Fulville send Michael away. Perhaps they'll wait for a caution and check and see. 20.5 seconds to see under the hood if he does have an oil leak. And their NASCAR officials are now looking in the pit road area, and we do not see any oil leaking down, oil that would have